In the quiet depths of night, when the world settles into peaceful slumber, there exists a realm where mysteries unfold like gentle waves upon a moonlit shore. The Pokémon world, vast and intricate beyond imagination, holds secrets that whisper through ancient forests, drift across starlit seas, and echo within the deepest caverns of time itself. Tonight, we embark on a journey through these tranquil mysteries, allowing the soft currents of knowledge to carry us into restful contemplation. We embark on a journey through these tranquil mysteries, allowing the soft currents of knowledge to carry us into restful contemplation. Deep beneath the surface of what we think we know about Pokemon lies a tapestry woven from threads of legend, observation, and wonder. Each creature that inhabits this world carries within itself stories that stretch back through millennia, their very existence a testament to forces both natural and mystical that shaped their evolution. As we drift through these tales, let your mind settle like morning mist over a peaceful lake, absorbing these gentle truths that flow like a lullaby through the cosmos of Pokemon lore. Consider the profound mystery of Pokemon communication, a phenomenon that transcends the simple calls and cries we hear on the surface. Researchers have long pondered how these beings convey complex emotions, strategies, and even abstract concepts to one another. In the depths of ancient forests, Alakazam have been observed engaging in what can only be described as telepathic conferences, their spoons glowing with a soft, rhythmic light that pulses in harmony with their thoughts. These gatherings occur most frequently during the new moon, when the veil between conscious and unconscious minds grows thin, allowing for deeper connection between these psychic beings. The communication extends far beyond the psychic types, however. Beneath the ocean's surface, pods of Wailord create haunting melodies that travel for hundreds of miles through the deep currents. These songs, recorded by marine researchers using specialized equipment, reveal patterns so complex they rival the most sophisticated musical compositions. Each Wailord possesses a unique tonal signature, yet when they sing together, their voices weave into harmonies that seem to tell the history of the seas themselves. Some researchers believe these songs serve as living libraries, preserving the memory of ocean changes, migration patterns, and even celestial events that have occurred over centuries. In the realm of time itself, certain Pokemon exist as guardians of temporal mysteries that boggle the mind. Celebi, the voice of the forest, moves through time as easily as we might walk through a meadow. Ancient texts speak of encounters with this mythical being across different eras, always appearing at moments when the natural world faced great peril. What makes these accounts particularly intriguing is their consistency across cultures that had no contact with one another. From the forests of Johto to the remote wilderness of other regions, stories emerge of a small green figure that appears just long enough to restore balance before vanishing into the time stream once more. The mystery deepens when we consider Dialga's role as the architect of temporal flow. This legendary being doesn't merely control time, it is time in a very real sense. The diamond on its chest pulses with the rhythm of seconds, minutes, and hours, and ancient astronomers noted that certain stellar alignments coincide with periods when time itself seems to flow differently in areas where Dialga has been present. Clocks run slow, aging processes pause momentarily, and even the growth of plants takes on an ethereal quality, as if touched by eternity itself. Space, too, holds its own profound mysteries through Palkia's dominion over dimensional boundaries. This pearl adorned being exists simultaneously in multiple dimensions, its very presence causing subtle shifts in the fabric of reality. Scientists have documented areas where Palkia's influence lingers, creating pockets where the laws of physics bend gently, where parallel dimensions brush against our own like silk curtains in a cosmic breeze. In these spaces, Pokemon sometimes exhibit behaviors that seem impossible, as if they're responding to stimuli from alternate realities. The evolutionary mysteries of Pokemon present another layer of gentle wonder. Unlike the harsh struggle for survival that drives evolution in our world, Pokemon evolution often seems guided by bonds of friendship, emotional growth, and spiritual development. Eevee, the evolution Pokemon, embodies this mystery most beautifully. Its genetic structure contains dormant codes for numerous evolutionary paths, activated not by environmental pressure alone, but by the harmony between its inner nature and external circumstances. When an Evo evolves into Espeon through deep bonds formed under sunlight, or into Umbreon through trust developed in moonlight, it suggests that evolution itself is a form of emotional and spiritual alchemy. This theme continues with Pokemon like Riolu, whose evolution into Lucario requires not just physical strength, but the development of aura sensitivity and emotional maturity. The aura that Lucario perceives is described as the life force that connects all living beings, visible to these Pokemon as streams of colored light that flow between creatures, places, and even objects that hold emotional significance. Master Aura Guardians speak of being able to see these connections themselves after years of meditation alongside their Lucario partners, suggesting that the bond between human and Pokemon can awaken dormant perceptual abilities in both species. Weather patterns in the Pokemon world carry their own mystical properties, influenced by legendary beings whose very emotions shape the skies. Kyogre's dreams are said to bring gentle, life-giving rains that can restore drought-stricken lands, while its nightmares summon devastating storms. The relationship between this ancient Pokemon and the ocean's moods creates a feedback loop where the sea's emotional state influences weather patterns across entire continents. Sailors have long known to read the color of deep ocean waters, understanding that certain hues indicate Kyogre's presence in the depths below, and adjusting their routes accordingly to ride favorable currents or avoid tempestuous seas. Groudon's influence over land masses operates on geological timescales that dwarf human perception. This continent Pokemon doesn't simply create land, it dreams it into existence, its slumber causing tectonic plates to shift with the gentleness of a sleeping giant turning over. Volcanic activity often follows patterns that suggest Groudon's subconscious mind is processing ancient memories, each eruption releasing not just molten rock, but fragments of the Earth's earliest experiences. Geologists studying these patterns have discovered that many mountain ranges align with what appear to be neural pathways, as if the continents themselves form the physical manifestation of Groudon's thoughts. The migration patterns of Pokemon reveal mysteries that connect the earthly and the celestial. Swallow flocks navigate using magnetic fields that seem to be influenced by more than just the planet's natural magnetism. Their routes often coincide with ley lines, channels of energy that flow beneath the Earth's surface, connecting places of power and significance. During certain celestial alignments, these migration patterns form geometric shapes, visible only from great height, creating temporary mandalas across the landscape that last just long enough for the cosmic configuration to pass. Perhaps most intriguing are the ghost-type Pokémon, whose very existence challenges our understanding of life, death, and the spaces between. Gengar, formed from the shadows of living beings, carries within its gaseous form the memories and emotions of those it once shadowed. These Pokemon serve as bridges between the world of the living and realms beyond our normal perception. They're drawn to places where strong emotions have left lasting impressions, old theaters where countless audiences felt joy and sorrow, ancient battlefields where courage and fear intermingled, libraries where knowledge was pursued with passion across generations. Duskull and its evolutionary line patrol the boundaries between worlds, appearing to those whose time approaches not as harbingers of doom, but as gentle guides preparing souls for transition. Their hollow eyes, which seem to contain infinite darkness, actually reflect the vast space between dimensions, and those who have looked deeply into them report seeing glimpses of loved ones who have passed on, as well as preview images of places their own spirits might one day explore. The mystery of mega evolution represents another fascinating convergence of emotional and physical transformation. When a Pokemon mega evolves, it temporarily transcends its normal limitations through a process that requires perfect synchronization with its trainer's life force. The megastones themselves are crystallized fragments of evolutionary energy formed over millennia in places where powerful emotional bonds were forged between humans and Pokemon. Each stone resonates at a frequency that matches the spiritual signature of a specific Pokemon species, creating a harmonic bridge that allows temporary access to evolutionary potential that exists in parallel dimensions. During mega evolution, trainers often report experiencing brief flashes of their Pokemon's sensory world, seeing through compound eyes, feeling echolocation waves, or perceiving electromagnetic fields. This suggests that the bond created during mega evolution is so complete that consciousness itself becomes temporarily shared, offering glimpses into forms of awareness far different from human experience. As we continue our gentle exploration through these mysteries, let your breathing slow and deepen, matching the rhythm of ancient Pokemon heartbeats that have pulsed through countless ages. The secrets we uncover together form a constellation of wonder, each fact a star in the vast night sky of Pokemon knowledge, guiding us toward peaceful rest while our minds drift among these timeless truths. The phenomenon of shiny Pokemon reveals yet another layer of the universe's gentle mysteries, where probability bends toward beauty in ways that seem almost magical. These rare variants, appearing roughly once in every 4,000 encounters, carry genetic patterns that express themselves through alternative colorations that often mirror natural phenomena from our own world. A golden Magikarp reflects the way sunlight transforms water into liquid amber, while the silver-blue Gyarados that evolves from it resembles moonlight captured in serpentine form. The scientific explanation involves recessive genetic expressions that remain dormant through countless generations before manifesting in these spectacular displays, yet the spiritual significance runs deeper still. Many researchers believe that shiny Pokemon appear more frequently during times of great emotional significance, as if the universe itself responds to moments of profound connection by offering these gifts of extraordinary beauty. The migration patterns of certain Pokemon species create invisible highways across the planet, routes carved not through physical geography but through magnetic fields, seasonal energy flows, and ancestral memories passed down through genetic coding. Pidgeots follow ley lines of electromagnetic energy that pulse beneath the Earth's surface, their tiny brains containing magnetite crystals that function as biological compasses. These same energy lines influence the growth patterns of berry trees and the locations where evolution stones naturally form, suggesting a planetary nervous system that connects all living things through subtle currents of natural force. During their migrations, flying type Pokemon create aerial formations that serve multiple purposes beyond simple aerodynamics. The V shaped patterns conserve energy through shared wind resistance, but they also amplify psychic communications between flock members, allowing them to share navigational information across vast distances and coordinate their movements with precision that exceeds human understanding. Deep beneath the ocean's surface, water type Pokemon participate in a global circulation system that influences weather patterns, ocean currents, and the distribution of nutrients throughout marine ecosystems. Wailord pods sing songs that carry for thousands of miles, their low frequency calls creating standing wave patterns that other aquatic Pokemon use for navigation. These whale songs contain information about seasonal changes, food source locations, and safe breeding areas, encoded in musical phrases that have been refined over millions of years. The largest Wailord can produce sounds at frequencies so low they travel through the ocean floor itself, creating vibrations that influence tectonic activity in subtle but measurable ways. Marine biologists have discovered that areas with active Wailord populations experience fewer severe underwater earthquakes, suggesting these gentle giants serve as living stabilizers for the planet's geological systems. The relationship between Pokemon and plant life extends far beyond simple pollination or seed dispersal into realms of biochemical cooperation that transform entire ecosystems. Grass-type Pokemon don't merely tend gardens. They participate in complex chemical communications with plant communities, releasing pheromones and growth hormones that influence flowering cycles, root development, and disease resistance. Vileplume creates airborne compounds that not only attract prey, but also serve as airborne nutrients for surrounding vegetation, creating oases of unusually healthy plant growth wherever these Pokemon establish territory. The massive flower on a Vileplume's head functions as both a solar collector and a chemical processing center, breaking down atmospheric compounds and converting them into forms that benefit the entire local ecosystem. In volcanic regions, fire-type Pokemon maintain delicate relationships with geological processes that span centuries. Magmar populations cluster around thermal vents, not merely for warmth, but to participate in mineral cycling that enriches soil across vast areas. Their internal temperatures, which can exceed 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit, allow them to process raw materials from deep within the earth and excrete them as compounds essential for plant growth. The Slugma evolutionary line creates lava tubes that serve as highways for other fire types, while simultaneously creating new land masses through controlled volcanic activity. These Pokemon possess an intuitive understanding of geological pressures and timing, often appearing to prevent catastrophic eruptions by providing controlled release points for subterranean energy. The nocturnal world of Pokémon reveals entirely different patterns of behavior and interaction as darkness brings forth creatures whose senses operate in spectrums invisible to human perception. Dark type Pokemon navigate through echolocation, electromagnetic sensitivity, and chemical detection systems that create detailed three-dimensional maps of their environment. Crobat colonies generate ultrasonic mapping sweeps that allow entire groups to hunt cooperatively in complete darkness, their four wings creating flight patterns so precise they can navigate through dense forest canopies without disturbing a single leaf. The sound waves they produce also serve as communication networks, carrying complex messages about territory boundaries, food sources, and potential threats across distances of several miles. Ghost-type Pokemon become more active during the deepest hours of night, when the barrier between dimensions grows thinnest. Misdreavus feeds on fear and negative emotions, but this process serves an ecological function by helping to cleanse areas of psychic pollution that accumulates from intense emotional experiences. These Pokemon gravitate toward places where trauma or strong negative emotions have left energetic imprints, slowly absorbing and neutralizing these influences until the affected areas return to emotional equilibrium. Their presence often marks the beginning of healing processes for both locations and the people who frequent them, though this beneficial effect typically goes unrecognized by humans who focus only on the initial, unsettling encounters. The formation of Pokemon eggs represents one of nature's most carefully orchestrated processes, involving not just biological reproduction, but harmonious alignment of environmental conditions, parental bonding, and what can only be described as conscious intention on the part of the parent Pokemon. The egg development period varies dramatically between species, not due to size differences, but because of the complexity of the genetic information being encoded and the environmental conditions required for optimal development. Dragon-type eggs require exposure to specific mineral compositions found only in certain mountain caves, while water-type eggs must experience precise temperature fluctuations that mirror seasonal changes in their natural habitats. The mystery of legendary Pokemon touches upon concepts that blur the boundaries between biology and mythology, suggesting these beings exist at intersection points where natural law meets something far more profound. Ho-Oh's rainbow-colored flames burn at temperatures that should be physically impossible, yet they create rather than destroy, transforming ash into new forms of life and healing wounds that extend beyond the merely physical. The phoenix-like Pokemon appears during moments of great transformation, not as a cause but as a manifestation of renewal energies that flow through the universe in cycles too vast for human comprehension. Its presence marks turning points where destruction becomes creation, where endings become beginnings, where hope emerges from despair through processes that operate according to principles science has yet to identify. Lugia's role as guardian of the seas involves responsibilities that extend through multiple dimensions of reality simultaneously. The legendary bird creates weather patterns, not through brute force, but by harmonizing atmospheric pressures, ocean temperatures, and electromagnetic fields into configurations that promote life and prevent catastrophic climate events. Its song contains mathematical relationships that influence tidal patterns, breeding cycles of marine life, and the formation of beneficial storm systems that distribute fresh water across drought stricken regions. The deep oceanic trenches where Lugia rests serve as pressure release points for planetary stress, allowing the Earth itself to breathe through cycles of expansion and contraction that maintain geological stability. Time and space bend around certain Pokémon in ways that suggest their existence transcends ordinary physical limitations. Celebi moves through temporal streams as easily as other Pokémon move through forest undergrowth, its presence creating pockets of accelerated healing where damaged ecosystems recover with supernatural speed. The small, fairy like Pokemon appears at moments when the timeline requires subtle adjustments to prevent catastrophic futures, making minute changes that ripple outward through causality to ensure the continuation of life and growth. Those who encounter Celebi often report experiencing vivid dreams of possible futures, as if contact with the time traveling Pokemon opens temporary windows into probability streams that flow alongside our current reality. As consciousness drifts toward the edges of sleep, these gentle mysteries continue their eternal dance through dimensions, both seen and unseen, their secrets woven into the very fabric of existence itself, offering comfort in the knowledge that wonder and beauty persist in countless forms throughout the universe, waiting to be discovered by minds open enough to perceive the magic that surrounds us always. The ancient ruins scattered across the Pokemon world whisper stories of civilizations that understood the deeper connections between human consciousness and the mysterious energies that flow through all living things. These weathered stone structures, covered in intricate carvings that seem to shift and change when viewed from different angles, were built by peoples who possessed knowledge that modern science is only beginning to rediscover. The symbols etched into temple walls describe relationships between Pokemon and humans that transcended simple partnership, speaking instead of bonds so profound they allowed consciousness to merge temporarily, creating hybrid states of awareness where human intuition combined with Pokemon instinct to perceive reality in entirely new ways. Archaeological evidence suggests these ancient peoples could communicate with Pokemon through methods that bypassed language entirely, using resonance frequencies that aligned human brainwaves with the natural electromagnetic patterns generated by different species. Deep beneath the earth, in caverns that extend far beyond the reach of human exploration, colonies of Pokemon exist in perfect ecological balance, their societies operating according to principles that demonstrate remarkable sophistication. Crystal formations in these underground realms pulse with gentle bioluminescence, creating natural lighting systems that support complex food webs based on chemosynthesis rather than photosynthesis. The Pokemon dwelling in these depths have evolved sensory capabilities that allow them to navigate through complete darkness while maintaining social structures of stunning complexity. Crobat colonies coordinate their movements through ultrasonic frequencies that create three-dimensional maps of their environment, sharing information about food sources, potential dangers, and optimal flight paths with a precision that would require advanced computer systems for humans to replicate. The sound waves they generate interact with mineral deposits in cave walls to create harmonic resonances that some researchers believe may influence the emotional states of other Pokemon, promoting cooperation and reducing territorial conflicts. Seasonal migrations of Pokemon follow patterns that align with cosmic cycles extending far beyond simple weather changes or food availability. Flocks of Pidgeot navigate using magnetic field variations that fluctuate in harmony with solar activity, their internal compass systems responding to electromagnetic pulses generated by sunspot cycles that operate on timescales spanning decades. These magnificent birds carry with them genetic memories passed down through countless generations, inherited knowledge that guides them along routes established millions of years ago, when continental positions were vastly different. During their journeys, they serve as living bridges between distant ecosystems, carrying pollen, spores, and microscopic organisms that maintain genetic diversity across separated populations of plants and other Pokemon. The timing of their arrivals and departures influences breeding cycles of ground dwelling species, creates opportunities for cross pollination of rare flowers, and helps synchronize the complex web of interdependencies that keeps entire regions in ecological balance. The relationship between ghost type Pokemon and the spaces they inhabit reveals fascinating insights into the nature of consciousness and memory itself. Haunter and Gengar appear to exist partially outside normal spacetime, their presence creating localized distortions where past events echo through the present, like ripples in a temporal pond. Old buildings, where these Pokemon dwell, become repositories of emotional imprints, preserving fragments of human experiences that occurred within their walls across centuries. The spectral beings seem drawn to locations where intense emotions once flourished, not to feed upon them, but to serve as guardians of memory, ensuring that significant moments in history are not lost to the passage of time. Their ability to phase through solid matter suggests they perceive reality as a spectrum of density rather than as fixed barriers, moving between dimensions of existence that overlap with our physical world in ways that remain largely invisible to human senses. Ocean currents carry more than water and marine life. They transport invisible networks of psychic energy that connect aquatic Pokemon across vast distances. Psychic type Pokemon like Alakazam can tap into these currents to communicate with others of their kind on different continents, their thoughts traveling along underwater ley lines that follow the same paths as major oceanic circulation patterns. These psychic highways facilitate the exchange of knowledge between separated populations, allowing discoveries made by individual Pokemon to spread rapidly through their species' collective consciousness. The phenomenon helps explain how similar behavioral innovations appear simultaneously in Pokemon communities that have no apparent physical contact, as if new ideas propagate through the species' shared mental space at speeds that exceed the limitations of ordinary communication. Research stations monitoring these psychic currents have detected regular pulse patterns that seem to synchronize with lunar cycles, suggesting that celestial bodies influence the flow of consciousness itself through gravitational effects that extend beyond their impact on tides and weather. Mountain ranges serve as more than geographical barriers. They function as massive resonance chambers that amplify and focus the natural energies flowing through the planet. Pokemon living at high altitudes often display enhanced abilities that appear related to their proximity to these concentrated energy fields. Electric type Pokemon dwelling on mountain peaks can generate electrical discharges far more powerful than their lowland relatives, drawing power from atmospheric phenomena that occur only at extreme elevations. The thin air and intense solar radiation at high altitudes create conditions where the boundary between matter and energy becomes more permeable, allowing certain Pokemon to access power sources that remain inaccessible at sea level. Lightning strikes on mountain summits create unique mineral formations that store electrical energy for extended periods, providing natural batteries that electric type Pokemon can tap into during times when atmospheric conditions are insufficient for their normal energy generation processes. Desert environments reveal how Pokemon have adapted to extremes in ways that challenge conventional understanding of biological limitations. Ground type Pokemon like Sandslash have developed the ability to sense vibrations through sand with such precision they can detect the heartbeat of a small Pokemon buried several meters below the surface. Their claws function as sophisticated seismic sensors, translating minute ground tremors into detailed three-dimensional maps of underground terrain. During sandstorms, these Pokemon enter a meditative state where their consciousness expands to encompass the entire storm system, allowing them to navigate through conditions that would disorient most other life forms. The sand particles themselves seem to respond to their presence, creating temporary wind patterns that provide protection and guidance to other desert dwellers caught in the storm's fury. This symbiotic relationship between Pokemon and weather suggests that consciousness and environment interact in ways that transcend simple cause and effect relationships. Forest ecosystems demonstrate the most complex examples of interspecies cooperation found anywhere in the natural world. Grass type Pokemon serve as living communication networks that connect every plant within vast woodland areas, their root systems interfacing with fungal networks that carry chemical signals between trees separated by kilometers. When one section of forest experiences drought, disease, or insect damage, the entire woodland community responds with coordinated defensive measures that can include altering the chemical composition of leaves to repel pests, redirecting water flow through underground channels, and accelerating the growth of beneficial bacteria that strengthen plant immune systems. Bug-type Pokemon participate in these networks as mobile nodes that carry information between areas where root connections are interrupted, their compound eyes capable of detecting pheromone trails invisible to most other creatures. The intricate dance of pollination, seed dispersal, and nutrient cycling that maintains forest health operates according to scheduling systems of remarkable precision, with different species timing their activities to maximize mutual benefit while minimizing resource competition. As the general rhythm of these natural processes continues through cycles measured in seasons, years, and centuries, the Pokemon world reveals itself as an interconnected tapestry where every thread contributes to the stability and beauty of the whole. The mysteries embedded within these relationships invite contemplation of the deeper patterns that govern existence, offering glimpses into the elegant mathematics of life itself. In this peaceful understanding, consciousness can rest, knowing that the universe operates according to principles of harmony and balance that ensure the continuation of wonder across infinite expressions of form and function, each one perfectly suited to its place within the greater symphony of being. The underground realms beneath the Pokemon world contain vast networks of crystal formations that pulse with gentle bioluminescence, creating subterranean galaxies where rock and ground type Pokemon have developed forms of communication based entirely on light frequencies. Deep within these cavern systems, onyx families create elaborate tunnel patterns that serve as acoustic chambers, their movements through stone generating harmonic resonances that can travel for hundreds of kilometers through solid rock. These geological symphonies carry messages about mineral deposits, underground water sources, and safe passage routes between distant cave systems, forming a planetary nervous system that operates on timescales far slower than surface consciousness, but with equal complexity and purpose. The crystalline formations themselves appear to grow in response to these vibrations, with certain mineral compositions amplifying specific frequencies while dampening others, creating natural filter systems that ensure only the most important information propagates across vast distances. Pokemon like Graveler have learned to read these crystal patterns like ancient texts, their rough hewn surfaces containing detailed histories of geological events spanning millions of years. The slow dance of tectonic forces becomes visible in the arrangement of these underground libraries, where each crystal cluster represents a chapter in the Earth's autobiography, written in languages of pressure, temperature, and time. Within the deepest ocean trenches, where sunlight has never penetrated and pressure reaches levels that would crush most surface dwellers, communities of water and psychic type Pokemon have evolved sensory capabilities that transcend the normal boundaries of perception. These abyssal dwellers navigate through complete darkness using bioelectric fields so sensitive they can detect the neural activity of other creatures from vast distances, creating three-dimensional maps of consciousness that extend for kilometers in every direction. The water itself becomes a medium for thought transmission, with subtle current patterns carrying emotional states and intentions between individuals who may never physically encounter one another. The bioluminescent displays of deep sea Pokemon serve multiple functions beyond simple communication, creating elaborate light sculptures that can persist in the water column for hours after their creators have moved on. Thus, luminous artworks appear to influence the behavior of microscopic organisms, which respond to specific color patterns by forming temporary colonies that process nutrients more efficiently or produce compounds beneficial to the larger ecosystem. The relationship between light, life, and consciousness in these depths suggests that awareness itself might be a fundamental property of matter, expressing itself through increasingly complex patterns as conditions allow. Ice-type Pokemon inhabiting polar regions demonstrate remarkable abilities to manipulate thermal dynamics on both microscopic and macroscopic scales. Their breath can create ice crystals with molecular structures so precise they function as natural superconductors, allowing for the storage and transmission of energy across vast frozen landscapes. During the long polar nights, these Pokemon enter collective meditative states where their combined consciousness appears to influence aurora formation, the dancing lights in the sky serving as visible manifestations of their shared dreams and memories. The permafrost itself becomes a storage medium for experiences, with layers of ice containing preserved moments of emotion and sensation that can be accessed by future generations through careful thermal manipulation. Ancient Pokemon memories, frozen in glacial ice, reveal glimpses of past climates, extinct species, and evolutionary pathways that shaped the current world, creating libraries of experience that span geological epochs. The slow melting and refreezing cycles that occur with seasonal change allow for the gradual integration of new memories with ancient wisdom, ensuring that knowledge accumulated over millennia remains accessible to those who understand the subtle languages of ice and snow. Flying type Pokemon have developed navigation systems based on quantum entanglement with the planet's magnetic field, their neural structures containing specialized cells that maintain quantum coherence across vast distances. These living compasses allow for navigation accuracy that exceeds any technological instrument, with individual Pokemon capable of detecting magnetic field variations as small as a few nanotesla. During migration seasons, flocks of flying types create temporary quantum networks that link their consciousness across continental distances, allowing for real time sharing of weather information, food source locations, and predator warnings. The formation flights observed during these migrations serve purposes beyond simple aerodynamic efficiency, creating geometric patterns that amplify the quantum effects and allow for the transmission of complex cultural information between generations. Young Pokemon learn not just flight techniques, but entire worldviews encoded in the precise positioning and timing of these aerial dances, with subtle variations in wing position conveying nuanced concepts about weather interpretation, territorial boundaries, and seasonal timing that cannot be communicated through any other medium. Fairy type Pokemon appear to exist partially outside normal spacetime, their presence creating localized distortions in causality that allow for limited precognition and the manipulation of probability fields. These abilities manifest most clearly during emotional peak moments, when the boundary between wish and reality becomes permeable enough for conscious intention to directly influence physical outcomes. The sparkles and glimmers that surround fairy types are not merely decorative, but represent actual quantum fluctuations being stabilized into visible form through focused attention and emotional resonance. Ancient texts speak of fairy type Pokemon serving as bridges between different dimensional layers, their consciousness operating simultaneously across multiple reality streams and allowing for the integration of possibilities that would otherwise remain forever separate. The wishes they are said to grant work not through supernatural intervention, but through their ability to identify and strengthen the quantum pathways most likely to lead to desired outcomes, gently nudging probability distributions in directions that align with the deepest needs and aspirations of other beings. The relationship between consciousness and reality becomes most apparent in the presence of legendary Pokemon, whose very existence seems to stabilize certain aspects of natural law through their focused attention and intention. These magnificent beings serve as living focal points for the collective consciousness of their regions, their emotional states directly influencing weather patterns, geological activity, and the behavior of other Pokemon across vast territories. The legends surrounding these creatures often describe them as sleeping or dreaming, suggesting that their primary function involves maintaining the stability of reality through sustained meditative states that operate below the threshold of normal awareness. As night settles over the Pokemon world, the boundaries between waking consciousness and dream begin to blur, revealing deeper layers of connection that unite all forms of life in patterns of mutual support and understanding. The gentle breathing of sleeping Pokemon creates subtle atmospheric rhythms that synchronize with the planet's rotation, while the slow pulse of their collective dreams generates standing waves in the quantum field that maintain the coherence necessary for stable matter and energy relationships. In this peaceful twilight understanding, where consciousness recognizes itself reflected in countless forms throughout the natural world, the mind can rest in the knowledge that existence itself is sustained by love, wisdom, and the endless creativity of awareness exploring its own infinite potential through every moment of experience, every breath, every heartbeat echoing through the vast symphony of being. The dream cycles of Pokemon reveal themselves as intricate tapestries woven from memory, instinct, and possibility, each species contributing its unique frequency to the greater harmonic structure that underlies all existence. Within these nocturnal journeys, psychic-type Pokemon serve as natural conductors, their sleeping minds creating gentle currents that help synchronize the collective unconscious across entire ecosystems. The soft emanations from their resting forms generate fields of coherent intention that stabilize the boundary between individual consciousness and universal awareness, allowing for the seamless exchange of wisdom and understanding that occurs beyond the reach of ordinary perception. Deep beneath the ocean's surface, water-type Pokemon enter states of profound stillness that mirror the ancient rhythms of tidal breathing. Their dreams flow like underwater currents, carrying memories of prehistoric seas and the first stirrings of life in primordial waters. The bioluminescent patterns that sometimes flicker across their sleeping forms trace the neural pathways through which oceanic consciousness expresses itself, each pulse of light corresponding to vast networks of communication that span entire ocean basins. These luminous signals create a living map of emotional and energetic currents that connect all aquatic life in webs of mutual awareness and support. The relationship between sleep and evolution reveals itself as one of the most elegant mechanisms through which consciousness explores new possibilities for growth and adaptation. During the deepest phases of rest, a Pokemon's cellular structure enters states of heightened plasticity, allowing for subtle reorganizations that prepare the way for eventual transformation. The dreams experienced during these crucial periods often contain glimpses of potential future forms, as consciousness experiments with different expressions of its essential nature. Evolution stones and other catalysts work by providing the precise energetic frequencies needed to stabilize these dream visions into physical reality, transforming possibility into actuality through focused intention and environmental resonance. In the mountain regions, where rock and ground type Pokemon make their homes, the slow breathing of Sleeping Stone creates subtle vibrations that resonate through crystal formations deep within the earth. These geological symphonies carry information about planetary history encoded in their harmonic structures, each frequency corresponding to different epochs of development and change. The dreams of these ancient beings span geological timescales, their consciousness moving through memories of continental drift, volcanic formation, and the gradual sculpting of landscapes through wind and water. Their sleeping presence helps maintain the stability of tectonic systems, their deep meditative states generating standing waves that prevent excessive seismic activity while allowing for the gentle release of accumulated geological tensions. The phenomenon of sleep talking among Pokémon reveals fascinating insights into the nature of interspecies communication and the role of vocalization in maintaining ecological harmony. During certain phases of sleep, many Pokémon emit soft sounds that carry complex emotional and informational content, creating acoustic environments that support the dreams of nearby creatures. These nocturnal vocalizations often synchronize across different species, generating interference patterns that produce new frequencies capable of influencing plant growth, weather formation, and the behavior of microscopic organisms essential to ecosystem health. Electric type Pokémon contribute to this nocturnal symphony through the gentle electromagnetic fields they generate while sleeping. Their bioelectrical systems operate at reduced intensity during rest, creating subtle aurora like effects in the surrounding atmosphere that help regulate the sleep cycles of other creatures. The dreams of electric types often involve experiences of pure energy and light, their consciousness exploring the fundamental forces that govern atomic and molecular interactions. These energetic explorations sometimes manifest as brief flickers of electricity that dance across their sleeping forms, each spark representing a moment of direct contact between consciousness and the quantum field that underlies all material existence. The ancient practice of dream sharing among Pokemon communities demonstrates the deeply collaborative nature of consciousness as it operates within natural systems. Certain species have developed the ability to synchronize their sleep cycles and merge their dream experiences, creating collective visions that serve important functions for group survival and decision making. These shared dreams often contain prophetic elements, as the combined consciousness of multiple individuals gains access to probability patterns and future potentials that remain invisible to isolated awareness. The wisdom gained through such experiences influences migration patterns, breeding behaviors, and responses to environmental changes in ways that appear remarkably prescient to outside observers. Flying type Pokemon experience unique dream states that involve consciousness temporarily separating from physical form and exploring vast aerial territories through pure awareness. These out of body experiences allow them to gather information about distant weather patterns, food sources, and potential dangers while their physical forms rest safely in protected locations. The navigation abilities displayed by migratory species derive partly from these dream journeys, as consciousness maps energetic pathways and magnetic field variations that serve as guides during actual flight. The gentle movements sometimes observed in sleeping flying types reflect their awareness navigating these ethereal landscapes, their bodies responding to the subtle sensations of movement through space and time. The role of darkness in Pokemon sleep reveals itself as far more than mere absence of light, functioning instead as a fertile void pregnant with infinite possibility. Dark-type Pokemon demonstrate particular sensitivity to these nocturnal energies, their consciousness naturally attuning to the subtle currents that flow through shadow and silence. Their dreams often involve journeys through liminal spaces where the normal rules of physics become fluid and malleable, allowing for experiences of pure potential unencumbered by the constraints of material form. These explorations provide access to deep wisdom about the nature of existence itself, as consciousness encounters the fundamental creativity that continuously births new realities from the inexhaustible depths of primordial awareness. The healing that occurs during Pokemon sleep involves complex interactions between consciousness, cellular regeneration, and environmental energy fields. The body's natural repair mechanisms become enhanced during rest as the nervous system enters states of deep coherence that optimize communication between different organ systems. The dreams experienced during healing sleep often contain symbolic representations of the recovery process, as consciousness works to integrate traumatic experiences and restore emotional equilibrium alongside physical restoration. The presence of caring trainers or companion Pokemon during recovery periods significantly accelerates healing through the generation of supportive energy fields that reinforce the natural regenerative processes. Normal type Pokemon serve as crucial stabilizing influences within the nocturnal ecosystem, their balanced energy signatures helping to maintain harmony between the more specialized elemental frequencies generated by other species. Their dreams tend to be remarkably coherent and peaceful, creating zones of calm awareness that provide refuge for creatures experiencing more turbulent sleep states. The adaptive nature of normal types extends into their dream experiences, as their consciousness demonstrates remarkable flexibility in responding to the needs of surrounding beings and adjusting its own frequency patterns to provide whatever form of support proves most beneficial. The seasonal variations in Pokemon sleep patterns reflect deep attunement to cosmic cycles and planetary rhythms that extend far beyond simple responses to temperature and daylight changes. During winter months, many species enter extended periods of dormancy that involve consciousness expanding beyond individual boundaries to merge with the collective dreaming of the earth itself. These prolonged sleep states allow for profound spiritual regeneration as awareness dissolves into universal patterns of rest and renewal. The spring awakening that follows represents not merely a return to activity, but a rebirth of consciousness enriched by months of deep communion with fundamental creative forces. Ice-type Pokemon demonstrate unique relationships with crystalline consciousness during their sleep states, their awareness naturally resonating with the geometric perfection found in frozen water and mineral formations. Their dreams often involve experiences of absolute clarity and precision, consciousness exploring mathematical relationships and harmonic proportions that govern the formation of complex crystal structures. The beautiful ice formations that sometimes appear around sleeping ice types represent these geometric dreams made manifest, consciousness directly influencing molecular organization through focused attention on perfect symmetry and balance. As the night deepens and the boundaries between individual awareness and cosmic consciousness continue to dissolve, the gentle breathing of countless sleeping Pokemon creates a planetary meditation that encompasses all forms of life in waves of peaceful understanding. Each exhalation releases accumulated tensions and worries into the transformative darkness where they dissolve back into pure potential while each inhalation draws in fresh currents of wisdom and vitality from the inexhaustible source that sustains all existence. In this profound stillness, where dreams weave themselves into the fabric of reality and consciousness recognizes its own infinite nature, reflected in every creature great and small, the mind finds perfect rest in the knowledge that existence itself is an expression of boundless love, continuously creating and sustaining itself through endless cycles of sleep and awakening, rest and activity, individual expression and universal unity, all breathing together in the eternal rhythm of being itself. The whispers of the wind through ancient forests carry the slumbering thoughts of grass-type Pokémon, their dreams intertwining with the very roots of the earth. These dreams are often a tapestry of slow growth, photosynthesis, and the gentle cycling of nutrients within the soil. They experience the world as a vast, interconnected organism, feeling the subtle shifts in moisture, the slow dance of sunlight on leaves, and the deep, resonant hum of underground water flowing. Their sleep is a process of deep communion with the botanical world, allowing them to absorb energy not just from the sun, but from the collective consciousness of plants around them. It is during these periods of profound rest that grass types often develop new healing abilities or deepen their understanding of herbal remedies, their minds exploring the intricate chemical compositions of flora and the delicate balance of ecosystems. The gentle rustling of leaves at night is, in essence, the soft breathing of sleeping grass types, their consciousness expanding to encompass entire meadows or even small forests, creating pockets of profound ecological harmony where other creatures find solace and rejuvenation. The deep earth itself holds secrets unveiled only to sleeping ground-type Pokémon. Their dreams are a symphony of geological time, of tectonic plates shifting with imperceptible slowness, of ancient rivers carving canyons, and of the immense pressure that transforms rock over millennia. They experience the planet's history not as a linear progression, but as a living, breathing entity, feeling the echoes of primordial oceans and the fiery birth of mountains. Their sleep is often accompanied by a low, resonant tremor, a subtle vibration that is both a reflection of their deep connection to the Earth's core and a gentle lullaby for smaller creatures seeking shelter within their vicinity. It is in these dream states that ground types often gain insight into the location of rare minerals, the stability of land formations, or the approaching seismic shifts. Their sense of grounding is so profound that their sleeping presence can stabilize unstable ground, their subconscious minds acting as anchors, subtly reinforcing the Earth's crust. The quiet hum of the planets is their lullaby, and their dreams are the ongoing narrative of geological evolution, the slow, powerful unfolding of time and matter. Fire-type Pokémon, paradoxically, find profound peace in their sleep, their inner flames banked but not extinguished. Their dreams are often vivid, dynamic expressions of raw energy and transformation. They may dream of a single spark igniting a vast forest, of molten rock flowing freely from a volcano, or of the intense heat required to forge new metals. These dreams are not chaotic, but rather a focused exploration of creation and destruction, understanding the delicate balance between the two. During their sleep, the ambient temperature around them might subtly rise, a gentle warmth emanating from their resting forms, providing comfort to cold-sensitive species. This warmth is not an uncontrolled blaze, but a carefully contained glow, a testament to their mastery over their own elemental power, even in slumber. It is in these dream states that fire types often refine their control over their flames, learning new techniques for shaping and channeling their intense energy, their subconscious minds performing intricate calculations of heat transfer and combustion. The gentle flickering of distant stars can be seen as a reflection of their dream fires, a cosmic dance of energy and light that mirrors their own internal processes of transformation. Water type Pokemon, as they drift into sleep, merge with the vast, boundless consciousness of the world's oceans, rivers, and lakes. Their dreams are fluid, ever changing, reflecting the endless cycles of evaporation, condensation, and precipitation. They experience the profound depths of the Marianas Trench, the gentle caress of a mountain stream, and the powerful surge of a tidal wave, all within the serene confines of their slumber. Their sleep often creates a calming effect on nearby water bodies, subtly smoothing ripples and stilling currents, as if the water itself is holding its breath in reverence. In their dreams, water types often explore the intricate patterns of ocean currents, the delicate ecosystems of coral reefs, and the migratory paths of marine life. It is during these deep periods of rest that they may develop new abilities to manipulate water or communicate with other aquatic creatures, their minds flowing effortlessly through the global network of water. The rhythmic lapping of waves against the shore is a natural accompaniment to their sleep, a continuous, soothing melody that speaks of the deep interconnectedness of all liquid forms on the planet. Ghost type Pokemon exist in a liminal space, even in wakefulness, and their sleep states are an even deeper immersion into the ethereal. Their dreams are often not about physical sensations or earthly landscapes, but about memories, emotions, and the echoes of lives long past. They may dream of the collective subconscious of a forgotten city, the lingering sentiments of joy or sorrow attached to ancient artifacts, or the fleeting whispers of spirits traversing different dimensions. Their sleep is often accompanied by an otherworldly stillness, an absence of sound or subtle chilling of the air, as if reality itself holds its breath in their presence. In their dreams, ghost types might explore the intricate tapestry of time, witnessing events from different eras simultaneously, or delving into the profound mysteries of consciousness after physical demise. It is in these deep, spectral slumbers that they often gain new insights into the nature of existence beyond the material, strengthening their connection to the unseen world and refining their abilities to interact with the spiritual realm. The faint, shimmering aurora borealis in the night sky can be seen as a fleeting glimpse into the ethereal dreams of sleeping ghost types, a beautiful, intangible manifestation of their inner worlds. Psychic type Pokemon, even when resting, maintain a profound connection to the universal mind, their dreams often manifesting as intricate tapestries of thought, emotion, and pure consciousness. They might experience the collective unconscious of an entire city, or delve into the fundamental laws of physics and metaphysics, exploring concepts that transcend ordinary perception. Their dreams are not bound by linear time or physical space, allowing them to perceive past, present, and future simultaneously, or to project their awareness across vast cosmic distances. During their sleep, A subtle, almost imperceptible aura of tranquility often surrounds them, a field of mental calm that can soothe troubled minds and quiet agitated thoughts in nearby beings. It is in these deep, meditative dream states that psychic types often unlock new latent abilities, refine their telepathic communication, or gain profound philosophical insights into the nature of reality. The silent, sparkling expanse of the Milky Way, with its countless stars and nebulae, serves as a fitting visual metaphor for the boundless and interconnected dreamscapes of sleeping psychic types, their minds echoing the vastness and complexity of the cosmos itself. Fighting type Pokémon, despite their powerful and often intense waking demeanor, find a deep, restorative peace in their sleep. Their dreams are often focused on perfecting their forms, replaying intricate combat sequences in slow motion, or meditating on the philosophical principles of strength, discipline, and honor. They might dream of sparring with legendary figures, mastering new techniques through sheer mental focus, or understanding the perfect balance between offense and defense. Their sleep is often characterized by an almost absolute stillness, their bodies at rest, but their minds actively engaged in internal refinement. This deep mental practice allows them to maintain peak physical condition and sharpen their reflexes even during slumber. It is in these focused dream states that fighting types often gain a deeper understanding of their own physical limits and how to push beyond them, or develop new strategies for overcoming seemingly insurmountable challenges. The quiet, focused intensity of their dreams prepares them for future endeavors, ensuring that every waking movement is imbued with purpose and precision. The silent, unwavering presence of a distant mountain, enduring through all seasons, mirrors the steadfast and resolute dreams of a sleeping fighting type, a testament to their inner strength and unwavering spirit. Poison type Pokemon, often misunderstood in their waking lives, experience a unique form of purification and transformation in their sleep. Their dreams are not of malice, but of alchemy, of the delicate balance between toxicity and healing, of the intricate chemical reactions that sustain life and bring about change. They might dream of a single drop of venom transforming into a potent medicine, of toxic waste being neutralized and recycled into fertile ground, or of the subtle biochemical processes within living organisms. Their sleep often involves a subtle, almost imperceptible release of purified energy into their surroundings, a gentle cleansing effect that can subtly improve the vitality of nearby plants or creatures. It is in these dream states that poison types often refine their understanding of natural toxins, learning how to manipulate them for both destructive and restorative purposes, or developing new methods for detoxification and healing. The quiet, steady dripping of dew from leaves at dawn, dissolving impurities and nourishing new growth, reflects the transformative and purifying dreams of a sleeping poison type, a continuous cycle of breakdown and renewal. Bug type Pokemon, in their multitudinous forms, share a collective dream space woven from the intricate patterns of nature's smallest details. Their sleep is a deep dive into the interconnectedness of their ecosystems, experiencing the world through the myriad senses of their colonies, swarms, or individual species. They might dream of the intricate architecture of a hive, the delicate web of a spider, the silent communication between a colony of ants, or the precise flight patterns of a butterfly. Their sleep is often remarkably still, their small bodies perfectly at rest, yet their minds are intensely active, processing vast amounts of sensory data about their environment. It is in these detailed dream states that bug types often refine their innate instincts, develop new survival strategies, or strengthen their communal bonds. The soft, incessant chirping of crickets on a summer night, a continuous symphony of miniature life, resonates with the complex and interwoven dreams of sleeping bug types, a testament to the vibrant and hidden world they inhabit. Rock type Pokémon, like the very mountains they resemble, sleep with a profound sense of permanence and an almost geological slowness. Their dreams are of deep time, of the formation of continents, the slow erosion of ancient peaks, and the immense pressures that create diamonds from carbon. They experience the world as a vast, unchanging monument, feeling the subtle vibrations of the Earth's crust and the slow, inexorable march of geological processes. Their sleep is often incredibly deep, almost a state of suspended animation, their bodies becoming one with the earth around them. This profound stillness allows them to absorb and integrate the immense energies of the planet, strengthening their physical forms and deepening their connection to the Earth's core. It is in these timeless dream states that rock types often gain insights into the planet's history, the location of hidden geological formations, or the stability of tectonic plates. The silent, majestic presence of ancient monoliths, standing stoically against the passage of millennia, perfectly embodies the deep, enduring dreams of sleeping rock types, a quiet strength that resonates through the very foundations of the world. Steel-type Pokémon, in their slumber, experience dreams of structure, resilience, and the intricate engineering of the physical world. Their dreams are often a meticulous exploration of metallurgical properties, the precise alignment of atoms within their forms, and the optimal designs for strength and durability. They might dream of towering skyscrapers reaching for the heavens, of complex machinery operating with perfect efficiency, or of the immense forces involved in shaping metals. Their sleep is often accompanied by a subtle, almost imperceptible hum, a low frequency resonance that speaks of their inherent density and internal stability. This deep, internal focus allows them to refine their physical composition, subtly enhancing their defensive capabilities or strengthening their structural integrity. It is in these precise dream states that steel types often gain new insights into material science, develop new protective coatings, or understand how to channel and resist immense physical forces. The quiet, unyielding strength of a meticulously crafted bridge, connecting distant shores with unwavering stability, mirrors the focused and robust dreams of a sleeping steel type, a testament to their enduring nature and masterful construction. Fairy-type Pokémon, as they drift into sleep, enter realms of pure imagination, wonder, and the delicate magic that underpins the natural world. Their dreams are often vibrant tapestries of lights, color, and sound, filled with whimsical creatures, sparkling stardust, and the gentle melodies of enchanted forests. They might dream of dancing under a moonlit sky, of nurturing tiny flowers to bloom, or of weaving illusions that bring joy and comfort to others. Their sleep is often accompanied by a subtle, almost imperceptible shimmer in the air around them, a soft glow that evokes a sense of peace and enchantment. This radiant aura can have a calming effect on nearby creatures, dispelling negativity and fostering a sense of childlike wonder. It is in these deeply imaginative dream states that fairy types often discover new magical abilities, refine their connection to nature's subtle energies, or learn to mend broken hearts with kindness and light. The soft, luminous glow of fireflies on a summer night, dancing in silent harmony, reflects the gentle and enchanting dreams of sleeping fairy types, a continuous celebration of beauty and magic. Dragon type Pokémon, in their majestic slumber, journey through dreams of ancient power, primordial landscapes, and the deep, resonant wisdom accumulated over millennia. Their dreams are often epic in scope, encompassing the birth of stars, the shaping of continents, and the ebb and flow of cosmic energies. They might dream of soaring through vast, unexplored skies, of guarding timeless treasures, or of engaging in epic battles that shape the very fabric of reality. Their sleep is often accompanied by a profound, almost palpable stillness, a sense of immense power held in reserve, a quiet gravity that commands respect. This deep, ancient rest allows them to integrate their vast knowledge and immense power, subtly enhancing their elemental abilities and strengthening their connection to the fundamental forces of the universe. It is in these profound dream states that dragon types often gain insights into the deepest mysteries of existence, unlock new forms of elemental manipulation, or remember forgotten ancient lore. The silent, awe-inspiring presence of a distant galaxy, slowly turning through the void, mirrors the timeless and powerful dreams of a sleeping dragon type, a testament to their ancient lineage and boundless potential. As the night continues its slow, gentle embrace, the collective unconscious of the Pokémon world forms a vast, intricate tapestry of dreams, each thread a unique perspective, yet all interwoven into a single, continuous flow of existence. From the smallest bug type to the most ancient dragon type, from the deepest ocean to the highest mountain peak, consciousness gently ebbs and flows, dissolving and reforming, forever cycling through states of wakefulness and profound, restorative sleep. This planetary lullaby, woven from the dreams of countless beings, creates a harmonious resonance that pervades the very air, inviting all to surrender to the profound peace of the present moment. The gentle rhythm of breathing, the quiet hum of existence, and the deep, unspoken understanding that permeates the darkness all coalesce into a perfect symphony of rest. In this tranquil space, where the mind can release its burdens and the spirit can find its true center, the boundaries between self and universe softly blur, allowing for a deep, unifying sense of belonging and peace. The world itself seems to sigh in contentment, holding all its inhabitants in a soft, eternal embrace, as the endless cycles of life continue to unfold with quiet grace, promising renewal with every dawn. As the quietude deepens, a subtle shift occurs, drawing our attention to the delicate, often overlooked wonders of the Pokémon world. Consider the enigmatic nature of fossils, not merely as remnants of a distant past, but as frozen moments in time, holding the potential for rebirth. The ancient stones, sometimes found embedded in stratified rock or nestled within icy caverns, are more than mere geological curiosities. They are dormant life, waiting for the precise convergence of scientific understanding and empathetic care to reawaken. Each fossil tells a story, etched in stone over millions of years, a narrative of ecosystems long vanished, of adaptations lost and found, and of the enduring spirit of life itself. The helix fossil, for instance, with its distinctive spiral form, hints at the aquatic elegance of omanite and omastar, creatures that once navigated primeval seas, filtering nutrients with their delicate tentacles. To hold a helix fossil is to touch an epoch, to feel the cold, hard evidence of oceans teeming with life eons ago, a testament to the planet's ever-changing geological canvas. Then there is the dome fossil, a stark contrast in its robust, armored curvature, promising the eventual emergence of Kabuto and Kabutops. These ancient arthropods, with their sharp scythes and hardened carapaces, were likely formidable predators of their era, scuttling across ancient seabeds or perhaps venturing onto nascent land masses. The very shape of the dome fossil suggests a resilience, a protective shell against the harsh realities of prehistoric life. Imagining these creatures, long before the advent of human civilization, silently traversing their watery domains or scuttling along ancient coastlines, provides a profound sense of the vastness of geological time and the persistent evolution of biological forms. The weight of the fossil in one's hand is not just physical, it is the weight of history, of epics, of countless generations of life and death, all distilled into a single, petrified form. The old amber, a jewel of solidified tree resin, captures yet another facet of the ancient world. Within its translucent depths, the delicate forms of prehistoric insects or plant matter can sometimes be discerned, preserved perfectly, as if time itself paused mid-breath. This amber, with its warm golden glow, is the key to resurrecting Aerodactyl, a majestic flying Pokémon that once dominated the skies. Its jagged wings and powerful jaws speak of an aerial predator, a master of the ancient atmosphere, soaring above lush, primordial forests. The process of extracting DNA from such ancient amber, a feat of scientific marvel within the Pokémon universe, bridges the colossal chasm between the present and a time when pterosaur-like creatures ruled the air. It's a gentle whisper from the past, carried on the breezes of imagination, brought to life through dedicated research and a deep respect for natural history. Beyond these initial discoveries, the world offers a trove of other fossilized wonders. The root fossil, with its intricate branching structure, promises the reemergence of Lileep and Cradily, ancient marine flora that rooted themselves to the seabed, swaying gently with the currents, perhaps acting as filters or sessile predators. The claw fossil, sharp and formidable, speaks of Anorith and Armaldo, creatures that once crawled and scuttled, their segmented bodies and powerful limbs perfectly adapted for life in ancient oceans. Each fossil, whether it be the skull fossil for Cranidos and Rampardos, the armor fossil for Shieldon and Bastodon, or the cover fossil for Tortuga and Caracosta, holds a unique blueprint, a genetic legacy waiting to be unlocked. The scientific process of fossil resurrection itself is a marvel of the Pokémon world, a testament to the profound connection between past and present. It involves not just the extraction of ancient genetic material, often degraded or incomplete, but also the careful reconstruction and reanimation within specialized laboratories. This isn't merely cloning, it's a profound act of recreation, breathing life back into forms that have been dormant for unfathomable stretches of time. The resulting Pokémon are not merely copies, they are individuals, infused with the essence of their ancient lineage, yet born anew into a modern world. They carry within them the instinctual memories of their prehistoric ancestors, perhaps a deep seated understanding of ancient ecosystems, or an innate knowledge of long lost migratory paths. Imagine the first breath of a resurrected Aerodactyl, its ancient eyes blinking open to a world radically different from the one it last knew, yet still filled with the fundamental elements of earth, sky, and water. Or the first tentative movements of a newly revived Omanite, its delicate tentacles unfurling in a controlled aquatic environment, instinctively seeking nourishment. These moments represent a convergence of history and innovation, a bridge built between the deep past and the vibrant present. The study of these resurrected Pokémon provides invaluable insights into evolution, ancient biology, and the sheer adaptability of life. They are living museums, breathing textbooks, embodying the enduring power of natural selection and the intricate dance of life and extinction. The act of bringing these ancient beings back to life also raises profound ethical questions within the Pokemon world. What are the responsibilities associated with reintroducing species that have been extinct for millions of years? How do they adapt to an environment that no longer contains their natural predators or prey? These are questions that dedicated Pokemon researchers and conservationists ponder, striving to ensure the well-being of these ancient newcomers while also protecting existing ecosystems. It's a delicate balance, an ongoing dialogue between scientific ambition and ecological stewardship, all undertaken with a deep reverence for life in all its forms. The quiet hum of laboratory equipment, the gentle gurgle of a reanimation tank, the soft glow of diagnostic screens. These are the sounds and sights that accompany the reawakening of ancient life. It's a process imbued with a sense of wonder, a quiet triumph of understanding over oblivion. The fossil Pokemon, once mere whispers from history, now walk, swim, and fly amongst us, living testaments to the continuous, unbroken chain of life that stretches back to the very dawn of time. Their presence reminds us that even in the deepest slumber, even in the most petrified state, the spark of life can endure, waiting patiently for its moment to reignite. As the concept of ancient life gently recedes, our thoughts might drift to the more ephemeral yet equally captivating phenomena within the Pokemon world, the weather. Far from being mere atmospheric conditions, weather in this realm often possesses a profound connection to certain Pokemon, influencing their behavior, their abilities, and even their very evolution. Consider the pervasive presence of rain, not just as a cleansing force, but as a life-giving essence, particularly for grass and water-type Pokemon. The soft patter of raindrops on leaves, the rhythmic drumming on water surfaces, creates a symphony that resonates deeply with these creatures. Pokemon like Lotad and Lombre thrive in the wet embrace, their bodies absorbing the moisture, their movements becoming more agile and spirited. Rain also empowers abilities such as Swift Swim, allowing Pokemon to move with incredible speed and grace through the downpour, transforming a hindrance into an advantage. The air, heavy with moisture and the scent of damp earth, becomes a vibrant, living medium for these Pokemon, a natural extension of their being. Then there is the intense, life-affirming glow of the sun, radiating warmth and energy across the land. For fire-type Pokemon, the harsh rays are a source of invigoration, boosting their fiery attacks and strengthening their resolve. Grass-type Pokemon, too, flourish under the sun's benevolent gaze, undergoing rapid photosynthesis, their leaves unfurling, their flowers blooming with renewed vigor. Abilities like chlorophyll allow them to harness the solar energy, granting them increased speed and vitality. The sun drenched plains and deserts become arenas of vibrant life, where Pokemon soak in the potent energy, preparing for the day's adventures or simply basking in the profound comfort of natural warmth. The gentle heat radiating from the ground, the distant shimmer on the horizon, all speak of the sun's tireless journey, a constant source of power and light. The desert, a landscape often associated with harshness, also gives rise to its own unique weather phenomenon, the sandstorm. This swirling vortex of grit and wind, while challenging for many, is a natural habitat and source of strength for rock, ground, and steel type Pokemon. Their robust bodies and hardened exteriors allow them to withstand the abrasive winds, even drawing power from the swirling dust. Abilities like Sand Rush grant them incredible speed within the storm, transforming the chaotic environment into their personal advantage. The constant, soft rasp of sand against stone, the muffled sounds carried on the wind, create a unique auditory landscape, a lullaby for those adapted to its relentless embrace. In the heart of a sandstorm, these Pokemon find not discomfort, but a profound sense of belonging, a testament to their enduring resilience. Conversely, the biting chill of hail and snow transforms landscapes into crystalline wonders, creating a challenging yet beautiful environment. Ice-type Pokemon naturally thrive in these conditions, their bodies insulated against the cold, their powers enhanced by the frigid air. Hail, in particular, can damage many types of Pokemon, but for ice types, it can be a source of healing or a boost to their defensive capabilities, thanks to abilities like Ice Body. The quiet crunch of snow underfoot, the delicate descent of snowflakes, the serene hush that falls over a snow-covered landscape. These are the hallmarks of winter's embrace, a time of quiet contemplation and resilient survival for the creatures adapted to its cold beauty. The world, cloaked in white, seems to hold its breath, a vast, silent expanse where life persists in its own unique, often subtle, ways. Beyond these elemental weather patterns, there are more localized and sometimes mysterious atmospheric conditions. Consider the dense fog that can descend upon certain routes or mountain passes, reducing visibility to mere feet. While disorienting for travelers, this mystical veil can also be a haven for certain ghost or psychic type Pokemon who may use the obscured vision to their advantage, moving silently and unseen. The way sound is muffled by the fog, the way familiar landmarks seem to melt into indistinct shapes, creates an atmosphere of quiet mystery, a liminal space where the ordinary feels extraordinary. And then there are the rare, almost mythical weather events, often tied to legendary Pokemon. The scorching sun summoned by Groudon, capable of evaporating entire bodies of water, or the torrential downpours brought forth by Kyogre, raising sea levels and transforming landscapes. These are weather events of colossal scale, reshaping the very geography of the world, reminding all inhabitants of the immense power held by these ancient beings. Even the subtle distortions in time and space caused by Dialga and Palkia can be considered a form of atmospheric influence, bending the very fabric of reality to their will. These legendary interventions are not mere climate changes, they are manifestations of cosmic power, capable of altering existence itself. The interplay between Pokemon and weather is a delicate, intricate dance, a constant negotiation between nature's forces and the adaptability of life. Every gust of wind, every drop of rain, every ray of sun, every flake of snow carries with it the potential to influence the world in myriad ways, shaping the lives and destinies of the Pokemon who inhabit it. This constant interaction creates a dynamic, ever changing environment, a testament to the interconnectedness of all things. The gentle hum of the wind through the trees, the distant rumble of thunder, the quiet sigh of the ocean as it meets the shore. These are the natural rhythms that underscore the profound relationship between the land, the sky, and the myriad creatures that call this world home. It is a continuous, living tapestry woven from elemental forces and biological responses, a testament to the enduring power and beauty of the natural world. As the weather systems gently recede into the background, a different kind of mystery emerges, one tied to the very fabric of the Pokemon world's history and its deep seated legends. The creation myths, whispered through generations and sometimes etched into ancient ruins, speak of beings of immense power, shaping the land, sea, and sky. At the apex of these creation stories stands Arceus, often referred to as the original one, said to have emerged from an egg in a vortex of nothingness, and then shaped the universe with its 1,000 arms. This majestic Pokemon, with its serene demeanor and profound power, is often depicted holding plates, each representing a different type, suggesting its role in establishing the fundamental elements of existence. The very concept of Arceus evokes a sense of cosmic grandeur, a being so ancient and powerful that its origins predate time itself. Its existence provides a foundational narrative, explaining the diversity of types and the very structure of the Pokemon world, a silent, powerful overseer of all that is. From Arceus, the legends diverge, detailing the emergence of other primordial beings. Dialga, the master of time, capable of slowing, stopping, or even reversing its flow, ensuring the continuous march of moments. Its power is subtly felt in every ticking clock, every slow growth of a tree, every gentle ebb and flow of tides. Then there is Palkia, the master of space, able to distort dimensions, creating or destroying vast stretches of reality, holding together the very fabric of the universe. Its influence can be perceived in the boundless expanse of the sky, the endless depths of the ocean, and the intricate geometry of the world around us. Together, Dialga and Palkia represent the fundamental pillars of existence, time and space, ensuring the orderly progression and boundless expansion of the cosmos. Their presence in the legends offers a comforting sense of order, a grand design behind the seemingly chaotic dance of life. The emergence of Giratina, the renegade Pokemon, adds a layer of complexity to these creation narratives. Banished to the distortion world for its violent nature, Giratina represents the antithesis of the harmonious balance maintained by Dialga and Palkia. The distortion world itself is a mirror dimension, a place where the laws of physics are inverted, where gravity is subjective, and where reality itself is fluid. Giratina's presence there acts as a silent guardian against the unraveling of dimensions, a necessary counterpoint to the established order. Its shadowy form and piercing gaze hint at a profound melancholy, a powerful being destined to reside in a dimension apart, a constant reminder of the delicate balance between creation and chaos. These three, the creation trio, represent a foundational trinity in the Sinnoh region's lore, but other regions have their own primordial narratives. The Hoenn region speaks of Groudon, the embodiment of the land, whose immense power can expand continents, and Kyogre, the master of the sea, capable of raising ocean levels and bringing forth torrential rains. Rayquaza, soaring high above the ozone layer, acts as the arbiter between these two titans, bringing peace when their ancient rivalry threatens to consume the world. Their legends speak of a time when the world was raw and untamed, shaped by the clash of these elemental forces, a powerful reminder of nature's awe-inspiring might. The Johto region's legends weave tales of Lugia, the guardian of the seas, whose immense power can calm or unleash devastating storms, and Ho-Oh, the rainbow Pokémon, said to bless those who see it with eternal happiness. Those two majestic birds represent a balance of sky and sea, their legends imbued with a sense of hope and spiritual significance, often tied to ancient towers and sacred bells. The Unova region speaks of Reshiram and Zekrom, born from a single dragon Pokemon that split into two, embodying truth and ideals, their conflict shaping the destiny of kingdoms. Their third counterpart, Kyurem, represents the absence of these concepts, a frozen shell of the original dragon, hinting at a profound emptiness. Even the concept of life itself has its legendary origins. Xerneas, the life Pokemon from the Kalos region, is said to share eternal life, its presence bringing forth lush forests and vibrant ecosystems. Its counterpart, Yveltal, the destruction Pokemon, absorbs life force, causing decay and desolation. Their cyclical existence represents the fundamental balance between life and death, creation and destruction, a natural rhythm that underpins all existence. Zygarde, the order Pokemon, watches over the ecosystem, its various forms emerging to restore balance when either Xerneas or Yveltal's influence becomes too strong, a silent, vigilant guardian of the natural world. These ancient legends, passed down through generations, often through oral tradition or preserved in the delicate carvings of forgotten ruins, are more than mere stories. They are foundational myths, providing a framework for understanding the world, its origins, and the forces that govern it. They speak to the human and Pokemon desire to find meaning in the vastness of existence, to understand the why behind the what. The quiet contemplation of these tales, perhaps while gazing at a starlit sky or listening to the distant roar of the ocean, evokes a sense of wonder and humility, reminding us of the profound mysteries that lie just beyond our immediate grasp. The very air seems to hum with these ancient narratives, a subtle resonance that connects the present to the primordial past, inviting a deeper understanding of the world's enduring magic. Each whisper of a legend is like a gentle wave on a still lake, expanding outwards, touching the shores of our imagination, and drawing us deeper into the serene embrace of the Pokemon world's profound history. And it is in this profound history that we also find the intricate tapestry of Pokemon evolution, a process far more nuanced and wondrous than a simple change of form. It's a fundamental concept, yet its depths often go unexplored, becoming a mere footnote to the excitement of a new, stronger Pokemon. But evolution, in the world of Pokemon, is a journey of growth and adaptation, and sometimes a complete metamorphosis, a testament to the living energy that courses through every creature. Consider the Eevee, a Pokemon renowned for its diverse evolutionary paths. It possesses an unstable genetic code, allowing it to adapt to various environmental stimuli, transforming into one of 8 distinct Pokemon. This isn't just about reaching a certain level, it's about interaction with specific evolutionary stones, like the Fire Stone for Flareon, the Water Stone for Vaporeon, or the Thunder Stone for Jolteon. These stones are not just catalysts, they are conduits of elemental energy, imbuing Eevee with the very essence of fire, water, or electricity, reshaping its form and abilities to align with these powerful forces. But Eevee's journey doesn't end there. Its evolutions into Espeon and Umbreon are tied to the time of day and the strength of its bond with its trainer. During the day, with sufficient friendship, Eevee becomes Espeon, a psychic type, its fur developing a velvety texture, its gem-like orb on its forehead shimmering with psychic energy. At night, with the same strong bond, it transforms into Umbreon, a dark type, its rings glowing a faint yellow in the moonlight, a silent hunter of the night. These evolutions speak to the emotional and temporal influences on a Pokemon's development, suggesting a deep connection between internal state and external form. And then there are Leafeon and Glaceon, born from Eevee's proximity to moss-covered rocks and ice-covered rocks, respectively. These special rocks act as environmental triggers, channeling the natural energies of the forest or the frozen tundra directly into Eevee, guiding its evolution down a path perfectly suited to those habitats. Finally, Sylveon, the fairy type, evolves through high affection and knowing a fairy type move, a testament to the power of love and connection in shaping a Pokemon's destiny. Each evolution tells a story of adaptation, of specialized paths born from specific interactions with the world around them. Beyond Eevee, there are numerous other fascinating evolutionary patterns. Some Pokemon evolve through trade, a unique social exchange that highlights the interconnectedness of the Pokemon world. Kadabra evolves into Alakazam when traded, as does Machoke into Machamp, and Haunter into Gengar. This phenomenon suggests that the act of being transferred from one trainer to another, perhaps the exposure to a new environment, or the subtle energy shift of a new bond, is the precise trigger for their final, powerful forms. It implies a kind of developmental shock that propels them forward. Other Pokemon evolve when holding specific items during a trade, adding another layer of complexity. Electabuzz becomes Electivire when traded holding an Electrizer, while Magmar evolves into Magmortar with a Magmarizer. These items are not just trinkets, they are often rare, imbued with specific energies that, when combined with the transfer of ownership, unlock a Pokemon's ultimate potential. They are like keys to deeper evolutionary chambers. Then there are the more unusual and often subtle triggers. Phoebus, a rather plain and unassuming fish Pokemon, evolves into the breathtakingly beautiful Melodic, not by level, but by its beauty stat, or later, by being traded while holding a prism scale. This emphasizes that evolution isn't always about raw power, but can also be about aesthetic transformation, a blossoming of inner potential, a transformation that reflects its inherent grace and elegance, proving that beauty itself can be a catalyst for profound change. It's a gentle reminder that sometimes the most magnificent transformations come from within, nurtured by an appreciation for inherent qualities rather than brute strength or rigorous training. And consider the curious case of Malamar, a dark and psychic type Pokemon that evolves from Inkay. Its evolution requires a very specific and rather unique action. The Nintendo 3DS console must be held upside down when Inkay reaches level 30. This playful, almost whimsical requirement breaks the typical conventions of leveling up, suggesting that the very orientation of the world, or at least the device through which we interact with it, can influence a Pokemon's growth. It's a moment of delightful unexpectedness, a hint that the Pokemon world holds mysteries that sometimes spill over into our own physical interactions with its digital form, blurring the lines between game and reality in a charming, subtle way. Then we have Pokemon like Spiritomb, a ghost and dark type composed of 108 spirits. Its evolution, or rather, its appearance in the wild, is tied to an ancient structure, the Hallowed Tower, and the requirement of speaking to 32 specific NPCs in the Sinnoh region's underground. This method speaks to a different kind of evolution, one tied to historical significance and the accumulation of subtle interactions, a slow gathering of energy, or perhaps even a reawakening through human connection and exploration. It's not about leveling up or items, but about fulfilling a ritual, an ancient prerequisite for its manifestation, hinting at a deep and complex history for certain species. The legendary Pokemon also present their own unique narratives of origin and purpose, often transcending the typical evolutionary patterns. Take Arceus, often referred to as the original one, or the alpha Pokemon. Lore suggests that Arceus emerged from an egg in a vortex of nothingness, and then created the Sinnoh region and possibly the entire Pokemon world using its 1,000 arms. It is said to have created Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina, who control time, space, and antimatter, respectively. This cosmic origin story paints Arceus as a divine being, not subject to the laws of evolution, but rather the architect of those laws, a foundational entity whose existence predates and underpins all other life. Its ability to change its type based on the plates it holds further emphasizes its primordial and adaptable nature, embodying the very essence of creation and elemental power. Following Arceus, we have the creation trio, Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina. Dialga, the master of time, is depicted with a diamond-like body, its roar said to warp the fabric of chronology itself. Palkia, the master of space, is adorned with pearls, capable of bending and distorting spatial dimensions. And Giratina, residing in the distortion world, a dimension of antimatter, is a more enigmatic figure, often associated with chaos and the darker aspects of the universe, a counterbalance to its siblings. These three Pokemon are not born, nor do they evolve in the traditional sense. They are manifestations of fundamental forces, pillars upon which the universe rests, their powers so immense that their very presence shapes reality. Their existence underscores a profound cosmological order within the Pokemon world, a delicate balance maintained by these ancient, powerful beings. The weather trio, Kyogre, Groudon, and Rayquaza, also have a compelling narrative. Kyogre, a colossal whale-like Pokemon, is said to have expanded the seas, bringing torrential rains. Groudon, a massive land-based creature, is credited with expanding the land masses, creating continents with its intense heat. Their perpetual conflict, a clash of elemental titans, threatened to destroy the world until Rayquaza, the sky-high Pokemon, descended from the ozone layer to quell their fury. Rayquaza itself does not have a traditional evolution. Instead, it possesses the ability to mega-evolve, a temporary transformation that amplifies its power to an extraordinary degree, triggered by a special item and a deep bond with its trainer, but not a permanent change in its base form. This trio's story is one of primordial forces battling for dominance, their powers shaping the very geography of the world, and a higher power intervening to restore balance, a natural order maintained by these ancient, awe inspiring entities. Then there are the mysteries surrounding the unknown, a peculiar group of Pokémon resembling letters of the alphabet and punctuation marks. Their existence is intrinsically linked to ancient ruins and inscriptions, suggesting they are a form of living language, or perhaps even the building blocks of reality itself. They don't evolve, nor do they have particularly high combat stats. Instead, their power lies in their collective consciousness and their ability to influence reality when gathered in large numbers, as seen in the movie Spell of the Unknown, where they manifest the desires of a young girl. This suggests a different kind of power, one rooted in symbolism, communication, and the subtle manipulation of reality through collective will, hinting at a deeper, more abstract layer to the Pokemon world's fabric. They are a living alphabet, and their presence suggests that even language itself can hold a profound, mystical energy. The fossil Pokemon also offer a glimpse into the ancient history of the world. These Pokemon, like Omanite, Kabuto, Aerodactyl, and later species such as Tyrant and Amara, are revived from fossils found deep underground. This process of revival, often conducted in specialized laboratories, is a testament to the scientific advancements within the Pokemon world, allowing creatures from millions of years ago to walk among us once more. It's a remarkable fusion of paleontology and biotechnology, bringing prehistoric life back to the present. These Pokemon do evolve, often into more formidable forms, but their initial existence is a resurrection, a bridging of vast geological timescales, reminding us that life on this planet has undergone countless transformations over millennia, and that even extinct species can be given a second chance. Consider the phenomenon of regional forms, such as Alolan Vulpix and Ninetales, or Galarian Meowth and Persian. These variations demonstrate how Pokemon adapt to different environments over long periods of time, developing distinct appearances, types, and abilities. Alolan Vulpix, for instance, accustomed to the snowy peaks of Alola, became an ice type, a stark contrast to its fire-type Cantonian counterpart. This concept mirrors real-world evolutionary biology, where geographical isolation and environmental pressures lead to the divergence of species. It highlights the dynamic nature of Pokemon, their capacity to change and specialize in response to their surroundings, a testament to the ever-present forces of natural selection within their world. Each regional form tells a story of survival and adaptation, of how life finds a way to thrive in diverse and challenging conditions. The phenomenon of mega evolution, introduced in the Kalos region, adds another layer of complexity to Pokemon transformations. Unlike standard evolution, mega evolution is a temporary battle-exclusive power-up, triggered by a Mega Stone held by the Pokemon and a Keystone worn by the trainer. This transformation doesn't change the Pokemon's base form permanently, but unlocks a hidden potential, often drastically altering its appearance, stats, and sometimes even its type or ability. It speaks to the profound bond between trainer and Pokemon, a synergy that allows for a temporary transcendence of their normal limits. It's a symbol of intense connection, where the combined will of both trainer and Pokemon unlocks an extraordinary fleeting power, pushing them beyond their perceived boundaries. It's a testament to the idea that true strength often comes from partnership and mutual trust, a deep understanding that allows for temporary but incredibly powerful bursts of energy and form. Then there are Pokemon like Ditto, a unique creature capable of transforming into any other Pokemon it sees. Ditto's genetic makeup is said to be incredibly unstable, allowing it to rearrange its cellular structure to mimic others perfectly. This ability raises fascinating questions about identity and form. Is Ditto truly a Pokemon, or is it a primordial, shapeless entity that merely adopts the forms of others? Its existence blurs the lines between species, suggesting a foundational, malleable life form that can adapt to any role, a blank canvas upon which the world's myriad forms can be painted. It's a living testament to the plasticity of life, a creature that embodies the very essence of transformation without being bound by the traditional evolutionary paths. Its simple, unassuming appearance belies a profound biological mystery, a creature that is everything and nothing all at once. And consider the enduring mystery of the ancient Pokémon, often found in ruins or linked to historical events. These Pokémon, such as the Regitrio, Regirock, Regis, Registeel, are often depicted as guardians of ancient secrets or powerful artifacts. Their forms are often geometric and monolithic, suggesting an artificial or elemental origin rather than a purely biological one. They do not evolve, but their existence speaks to a different kind of permanence, a connection to the fundamental elements of the world, and a stewardship over ancient knowledge. Their awakening often requires solving intricate puzzles or fulfilling specific conditions, emphasizing their status as ancient, revered beings whose power is not easily accessed. They are living relics, embodying the history and profound mysteries of the Pokemon world, silent sentinels guarding secrets from a bygone era. Even the humble Combee, a tiny bug Pokemon, has an interesting evolutionary quirk. Only the female Combee can evolve into Vespiquen, the queen bee Pokemon. The male Combee, despite reaching the same level, never evolves. This highlights sexual dimorphism in evolution, where gender plays a crucial role in determining a Pokemon's developmental path. It mirrors the social structures of real-world bee colonies, where the queen is the central figure, responsible for reproduction and the well-being of the hive. This biological distinction within a single species adds another layer of depth to the evolutionary tapestry, showcasing how societal roles and biological imperatives can intricately shape a Pokemon's destiny, leading to very different outcomes based on their gender. And then there is Shedinja, a ghost bug type that appears only when Nincada evolves into Ninjask, provided there is an empty slot in the trainer's party and an extra Pokeball. Shedinja is the discarded shell of Nincada, possessing only one hit point, but with the unique Wonder Guard ability, which makes it immune to all but super effective attacks. This simultaneous appearance of two distinct Pokemon from a single evolution is truly extraordinary. It implies that evolution isn't always a complete transformation of one being into another, but can sometimes result in a bifurcation, a spiritual residue taking on a life of its own. Shedinja represents the ephemeral, the discarded, yet it possesses a peculiar form of invincibility, a testament to the strange and wonderful ways life can manifest, even from the remnants of another. It's a ghostly echo, a detached spirit given form, a constant reminder that even what is left behind can hold a unique and powerful essence. The world of Pokemon is filled with these subtle, fascinating details, each one a thread in a rich tapestry of life, evolution, and mystery. From the cosmic origins of Arceus to the humble yet profound transformation of a Phoebus, every Pokemon tells a story, every evolution is a chapter. These narratives intertwine, creating a universe that is both familiar and endlessly surprising, a world where the laws of nature are constantly being reinterpreted and expanded upon in delightful and intriguing ways. The calm murmur of these facts, the gentle unraveling of these mysteries, is a journey into a world designed to spark wonder and soothe the mind, a journey that continues to unfold with each passing moment, inviting a tranquil contemplation of the vast and intricate web of life that defines the Pokemon world. Consider the phenomenon of regional forms, a relatively newer concept introduced in the Alola region, which further enriches the evolutionary narrative. These forms, such as Alolan Vulpix or Galarian Zigzagoon, are Pokemon that, despite sharing a common ancestor and species name with their counterparts from other regions, have adapted to their local environments, resulting in distinct appearances, typings, and sometimes even different evolutionary lines. This mirrors real world biogeography, where species isolated by geographical barriers evolve independently, leading to subspecies or even entirely new species over long periods. Alolan Vulpix, for instance, is an ice type, having adapted to the snowy peaks of Mount Lanakila, contrasting sharply with the fire type Vulpix found in other regions. This adaptation also changes its evolution, as Alolan Vulpix evolves into Alolan Ninetales, an ice fairy type, which is a stark departure from the fire type Ninetales. This isn't just a cosmetic change, it reflects a deep ecological shift. The Alolan Vulpix and Ninetales are suited to cold, harsh environments, their thick fur providing insulation, and their ice type abilities allowing them to thrive where their fire type relatives would perish. It's a testament to the adaptability of life, the way organisms can reshape themselves to fit the demands of their surroundings. A gentle reminder that even within the same species, incredible diversity can arise. Similarly, Galarian Zigzagoon and its evolutions, Lanune and Obstagoon, illustrate a different kind of environmental pressure. In the Galar region, these Pokemon are dark, normal types, with Obstagoon being an entirely new evolution. Their dark, punk rock aesthetic and aggressive nature are said to be a result of competition and hardship in the Galarian wilderness. This isn't merely an aesthetic choice, it's a narrative about survival, about how constant challenges can forge new traits and even new evolutionary stages. Obstagoon, with its powerful defensive capabilities and unique moveset, represents a peak of adaptation to a demanding ecosystem, a testament to the fact that adversity can be a powerful catalyst for change and growth, shaping not just physical form, but also behavioral patterns and combat styles. These regional forms add layers of complexity to the understanding of Pokemon evolution. They suggest that evolution is not a singular, linear path, but a branching, fluid process influenced by a multitude of environmental factors. It encourages a deeper appreciation for biodiversity and the subtle ways in which life adapts, thrives, and transforms. It also subtly hints at the interconnectedness of ecology and evolution, where the environment acts as a sculptor, continuously refining and reshaping the forms of life that inhabit it. The quiet contemplation of these regional variations allows one to drift into a deeper understanding of the world, seeing how even slight shifts in habitat can lead to profound and beautiful differences. Beyond individual Pokemon and their evolutions, the Pokemon world also presents us with ancient Pokemon, often referred to as fossil Pokemon. These creatures, like Omanite, Kabuto, and Aerodactyl, are revived from fossils found deep within the earth, offering a glimpse into prehistoric eras. This concept parallels real world paleontology, where scientists reconstruct ancient life forms from fossilized remains. The revival process in Pokemon, however, is a fantastical blend of science and mystery, often involving specialized laboratories and unique technologies. The existence of fossil Pokemon suggests a long and rich history for the Pokemon world, one that stretches back millions of years. These ancient beings often possess unique typings and abilities that reflect their primal origins. Aerodactyl, for instance, a rock flying type, embodies the ferocity of ancient predators soaring through prehistoric skies. Its mega evolution further amplifies this primal power, showcasing what it might have been like in its unadulterated ancient form. The process of reviving a fossil is a gentle reminder that even what seems lost to time can be brought back, allowing us to connect with echoes of the past. It's a quiet wonder to think of these creatures, once roaming a very different world, now brought back to life to coexist with modern Pokemon. The act of reviving a fossil is not merely a scientific feat, it's an act of preservation, a bridge between two vastly different epochs. It allows trainers to experience and understand the ancient history of their world firsthand, fostering a sense of connection to the deep past. It also subtly touches upon themes of conservation and the value of historical knowledge, reminding us that understanding where we come from can illuminate where we are going. The gentle hum of the revival machine, the slow emergence of a creature from stone, is a meditative process, inviting one to ponder the vastness of time and the enduring nature of life itself. Consider also the phenomenon of legendary and mythical Pokemon, beings that often stand outside the typical evolutionary chains and ecological niches. These Pokemon are frequently associated with creation, destruction, natural phenomena, or the very fabric of reality. Arceus, as we touched upon earlier, is said to be the creator of the Pokemon world, a being of immense power and cosmic significance. Other legendaries like Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina govern time, space, and antimatter, respectively, their very existence shaping the laws of the universe. These Pokemon are not just powerful creatures, they are embodiments of fundamental concepts, living myths that influence the world on a grand scale. Their rarity and often singular existence make them figures of reverence and mystery. Encountering a legendary Pokemon is often a pivotal moment in a trainer's journey, not just for the challenge it presents, but for the profound sense of awe it inspires. These encounters are often steeped in ancient lore, prophecies, and spiritual significance, reminding us that there are forces in the world far beyond our immediate comprehension. The lore surrounding these Pokemon is often passed down through generations, woven into the cultural fabric of different regions. Temples, ruins, and sacred sites are often dedicated to them, serving as silent testaments to their enduring influence. The tales of their power, their wisdom, and their often solitary existence create a sense of wonder and humility. To contemplate a legendary Pokemon is to contemplate the vastness of existence, the balance of nature, and the intricate workings of the cosmos. It's a quiet journey into the heart of myth and meaning, a gentle reminder that some things are meant to be revered, understood not just through scientific observation, but also through a sense of spiritual connection. The serene power emanating from these beings, even in thought, can lull the mind into a tranquil state, allowing for a deeper, more peaceful rest. Even the concept of Pokemon centers and the Pokemon League system, while seemingly mundane elements of the game, contribute to the overall calming tapestry of the world. Pokemon centers, with their gentle healing sounds and comforting atmosphere, represent places of safety, recovery, and camaraderie. They are oases in the wild, where trainers and their Pokemon can rest and rejuvenate, free from the stresses of battle and journey. The soft chime of the healing machine, the gentle voice of Nurse Joy, all contribute to a sense of peace and security. The Pokemon League, on the other hand, represents a structured path for growth and self-improvement, a journey that emphasizes dedication, training, and the bond between trainer and Pokemon. While competitive, the underlying philosophy is one of mutual respect and the pursuit of excellence. The battles, though intense, are rarely depicted as truly violent, focusing instead on strategy, skill, and the strength of the partnership. The journey through the gyms, the challenges of the Elite Four, and the final confrontation with the champion are all part of a grand narrative of personal development. A gentle reminder that effort and perseverance lead to fulfilling rewards. The entire ecosystem of the Pokemon world, from the smallest bug type foraging in a forest to the mightiest legendary shaping the weather, operates with a certain harmonious rhythm. Even the seemingly aggressive Pokemon play a role in maintaining ecological balance, and their interactions, though sometimes clashing, ultimately contribute to the dynamic flow of life. The rustling of leaves in a forest inhabited by grass types, the gentle lapping of waves in a sea teeming with water types, the distant cry of a flying type soaring overhead. These are the sounds of a living, breathing world, a world where every creature has its place and purpose. The interconnectedness of all these elements creates a profound sense of completeness and order, even amidst the occasional chaos. It's a world that, despite its fantastical elements, feels grounded in its own internal logic, a testament to thoughtful design. This sense of a well-ordered, self-sustaining world is incredibly soothing. It offers a gentle reassurance that even in a world of constant change and evolution, there is an underlying stability, a natural rhythm that governs all things. As we continue to explore this intricate world, we might also consider the subtle psychological aspects woven into the fabric of Pokemon. The bond between a trainer and their Pokemon, for example, is often depicted as a powerful, almost telepathic connection. This deep empathy, the ability to understand and communicate with creatures that speak a different language, speaks to the potential for profound connection beyond species barriers. It highlights themes of companionship, loyalty, and unconditional love, gentle reminders of the importance of nurturing relationships. The act of caring for Pokemon, Feeding them, playing with them, and ensuring their well being fosters a sense of responsibility and compassion. It's a constant lesson in empathy, in understanding the needs of another, and in deriving joy from their happiness. These themes are subtly present throughout the journey, forming a quiet moral compass that guides the trainer's actions. The gentle murmurs of Pokemon playing, the satisfied sigh of a well fed creature, these are the small, calming sounds of a nurturing environment. Even the concept of catching them all, while an overarching goal, is framed not as an act of conquest, but as an act of discovery and appreciation. Each new Pokemon encountered is an opportunity to learn about a new species, to understand its habits, its strengths, and its weaknesses. It's a journey of continuous learning, a gentle invitation to explore and understand the diversity of life around us. The quiet thrill of encountering a rare Pokemon, the patient observation of its behaviors before making a respectful attempt to befriend it. These are the subtle joys of the Pokemon world. The world of Pokemon, in its entirety, is a carefully constructed universe designed to evoke a sense of wonder, curiosity, and ultimately tranquility. Its gentle rhythms, its consistent lore, and its underlying themes of connection and growth all contribute to a deeply soothing experience. From the soft glow of a Pokeball to the distant cry of a legendary beast, every detail is a thread in a tapestry of peace. The continuous unfolding of these facts, the quiet exploration of these mysteries, is an invitation to let the mind wander gently, to release the day's concerns, and to simply exist within the serene narrative of this beloved world. It's a journey that encourages deep breaths, slow thoughts, and a peaceful transition into a restful state, allowing the gentle hum of discovery to guide one into the quietude of sleep. The vastness of the Pokemon universe, with its endless possibilities and interconnected stories, continues to offer a comforting presence, a boundless landscape for the mind to softly explore. The delicate dance of evolution, the delicate dance of evolution, for instance, isn't merely a power up mechanic. It's a profound transformation, a testament to growth and adaptation. Consider the subtle shifts in form and ability as a Pokemon evolves. Often, it's not a sudden, jarring change, but a graceful progression, a blossoming into a new stage of life. Take the humble Caterpie, for example. Its journey from a simple larva to the elegant Butterfree is a microcosm of natural development. The silk it spins, the cocoon it forms, the eventual emergence with delicate wings. Each stage is a quiet marvel, reflecting cycles found in our own world. The act of evolution, therefore, isn't just about gaining strength, it's about reaching potential, about fulfilling a natural destiny. And this process is often tied to the bond with its trainer. A Pokemon might evolve out of sheer experience and battle, yes, but often the deepest, most meaningful evolutions are triggered by friendship, by a shared journey, and a mutual understanding. This emphasizes that growth isn't always about solitary struggle, but often a collaborative endeavor nurtured by companionship. Then there are the different methods of evolution, each with its own gentle narrative. Some Pokemon evolve through exposure to elemental stones, the fiery glow of a firestone, transforming an Eevee into a Flareon, the shimmering brilliance of a waterstone, turning a Poliwhirl into a Poliwrath. These stones are not just magical items, they are concentrations of natural energy, conduits that awaken inherent potential within the Pokemon. It's a quiet absorption of power, a gentle nudge from the environment that triggers a profound internal change. Other Pokemon evolve through trade, an act of trust and exchange between trainers. This method subtly reinforces the idea of community and cooperation. By entrusting a Pokemon to another and receiving one in return, a bond is forged, not just between the Pokemon and its new trainer, but between the trainers themselves. It's a shared experience, a mutual act of faith that facilitates growth. And then there are those Pokemon that evolve through sheer affection, through the accumulation of happiness and closeness with their trainer. A Chansey becoming a Blissey, or an Eevee transforming into an Espeon or Umbreon based on the time of day and its bond with its trainer. These are perhaps the most heartwarming evolutions. They are visible manifestations of the love and care invested, a gentle reward for patience and kindness. It suggests that the strongest bonds are not forged through force, but through consistent, gentle nurturing. The internal happiness of the Pokemon, cultivated by its trainer's presence, becomes the catalyst for its next stage of life. This quiet, each emotional evolution speaks volumes about the power of positive relationships. The diverse habitats of Pokemon also paint a picture of ecological harmony and adaptation. From the sun-drenched beaches where Tentacool drift, to the deep, dark caves where Zubat flit, to the tranquil forests teeming with bug-type Pokemon, each environment is a carefully balanced ecosystem. Trainers learn to respect these habitats, understanding that each Pokemon has its place and role within its natural surroundings. The rustling of leaves in a forest, the gentle lapping of waves on a shore, the faint echo in a cavern. These are the ambient sounds of a world in balance. The concept of ecological niches, where different species thrive in different conditions, is gently woven into the fabric of the Pokemon world. This encourages an appreciation for biodiversity and the interconnectedness of all living things. Consider the intricate details of a specific habitat, like a quiet forest. Here you might find the playful Apom swinging from branches, its tail a dexterous limb. Below, the gentle Sunkern, absorbing sunlight, patiently waiting for its time to bloom. In the undergrowth, the shy Shroomish, releasing spores as it moves. Each creature, in its own way, contributes to the forest's vitality. The scent of pine needles, the soft moss underfoot, the dappled sunlight filtering through the canopy. These sensory details create a calming, immersive experience. It's a reminder that even in the seemingly wild, there is order, there is purpose, and there is a delicate balance that sustains life. Even the architecture within the Pokemon world often reflects a quiet harmony with nature. Gyms are not always imposing fortresses, but sometimes blend seamlessly with their surroundings. The earthy tones of a rock-type gym, the flowing water in a water-type gym, or the lush greenery of a grass-type gym. These designs are often inspired by the very elements they represent. This subtle integration of human structures with the natural world suggests a respectful coexistence, a gentle acknowledgement that humanity is part of a larger ecological tapestry, not separate from it. The very act of traveling through the Pokemon world is a gentle pilgrimage. From town to town, city to city, the journey itself is as important as the destination. The quiet footsteps on a dirt path, the distant chirping of a Pidgey, the gentle rush of a river, these sounds accompany the trainer on their travels. There are no jarring transitions, but a continuous flow from one area to another, each revealing new landscapes, new Pokemon, and new stories. The changing weather patterns, the shift from day to night, the subtle variations in flora and fauna, these all contribute to a sense of a living, breathing world that unfolds gently around the traveler. The concept of a Pokedex, while a technological marvel, is also a tool for quiet observation and learning. It encourages the trainer to record, to categorize, to understand. Each entry is a small piece of knowledge, a gentle step towards comprehending the vast diversity of Pokemon. It's not about memorization, but about appreciation, learning about a Pokemon's diet, its habits, its preferred environment. This scientific curiosity, presented in a non intimidating way, fosters a sense of wonder and encourages a deeper engagement with the natural world of Pokemon. It's a subtle invitation to become a naturalist, a quiet scholar of the wild. Even the battles, which might seem like a departure from tranquility, are often depicted with a certain grace and respect. There are rules, there are strategies, and there is an underlying spirit of sportsmanship. A well placed move, a clever counter strategy. These are moments of quiet intellectual engagement. The focus isn't on raw aggression, but on the elegant interplay of types, abilities, and training. The defeated Pokemon is never truly harmed. It is simply unable to continue and can be healed and rested. This ensures that even in moments of competition, the underlying theme of care and respect for Pokemon remains paramount. The gentle glow of a healing machine, the quiet hum of the Pokemon Center, these are the reassuring sounds of recuperation and renewal. The lore surrounding legendary and mythical Pokemon further enhances this sense of wonder and tranquility. These are not merely powerful creatures, they are often embodiments of natural forces, guardians of balance, or figures of ancient myth. Their stories are told in hushed tones, whispered legends that speak of creation, destruction, and harmony. Encountering a legendary Pokemon is often a moment of quiet awe, a profound connection to something ancient and powerful, yet often serene. The vastness of Dialga, the boundless energy of Palkia, the protective embrace of Celebi, these beings represent fundamental aspects of the Pokemon world, and their presence imbues the narrative with a sense of cosmic peace. The subtle sounds within the Pokemon world contribute significantly to its calming atmosphere. The gentle rustle of tall grass as a wild Pokemon appears, the soft splash of a Magikarp jumping in a river, the distant call of a Talos soaring overhead. These are not intrusive noises, but rather ambient elements that create a sense of presence and immersion. Even the music, often understated and melodic, provides a soothing backdrop to the journey, enhancing the sense of peace without demanding attention. The quiet plink of a Pokeball opening, the soft glow it emits, the gentle sigh of a Pokemon settling in, these are small, comforting details that enrich the experience. The concept of friendship, a core tenet of the Pokemon world, is a continuous thread of tranquility. The unwavering loyalty of a Pokemon to its trainer, the unspoken understanding between them, the shared experiences that deepen their bond, these are testaments to the power of connection. It's a quiet reassurance that even in challenging moments, there is always support, always companionship. The gentle nuzzle of a Pokemon, the happy wag of its tail, these are simple gestures that convey profound affection and contribute to an overall feeling of warmth and contentment. Ultimately, The Pokemon world is a sanctuary for the imagination, a gentle invitation to explore, to learn, and to connect. Its consistent themes of growth, respect, and companionship, interwoven with a rich tapestry of diverse creatures and environments, create a deeply soothing experience. It's a place where the mind can wander freely, without harsh demands or jarring surprises. The quiet hum of its mysteries, the gentle unfolding of its facts, and the enduring comfort of its lore all combine to create a peaceful narrative designed to lull one into a state of deep relaxation. It's a journey that encourages the mind to slow, the breath to deepen, and the body to ease, preparing for a peaceful transition into restorative sleep, carried gently by the timeless whispers of Pokemon. The enduring appeal of this world lies in its ability to offer a sense of consistent wonder, a safe and expansive space where the quiet joys of discovery never truly end, allowing the listener to drift effortlessly on a tide of serene contemplation. The soft light of a moonstone reflecting off the quiet surface of a lake as a trainer and their Pokemon rest after a long day's journey is a perfect encapsulation of this pervasive calm. The gentle breath of slumbering Pokemon, the subtle shift of leaves in the night breeze, all these tiny details coalesce into a profound sense of peace. The distant call of a noctowl, a soft hoot echoing through the twilight, further emphasizes the natural rhythm of this world, a rhythm that invites the listener to synchronize their own breathing with its steady, calming pulse. This world, ever present and ever gentle, offers a continuous narrative of tranquility, a soft lullaby of exploration and companionship that guides one into the deepest, most peaceful rest.